Hello, YouTube. Welcome back for my 16th day of 30 days of YouTube insanity. So many things to tell you. But let's start with the first thing. Do you remember in 2011, or let's start with something you probably know about. Have you ever heard of the Russian sleep experiment? There are some videos on YouTube showing you my legs. There are some videos on YouTube that I will not click on. And the Russian sleep experiment is one of them. Even though it's like a well-known story you hear online all the time, what I didn't know is that it wasn't real. I finally did watch a YouTube video on it, and geesh, Mr. Balin. Have you ever watched Mr. Balin? He's like one of my favorite YouTube channels. I try not to watch him too much right now because I'm making my videos and I want to make my own original content and I don't want him to influence me. But he did a video about the Russian sleep experiment. It's one of the first videos that he did on YouTube, and it got big really fast. And it's about 5 guys. They go 15 days without sleep and they start hallucinating and cutting themselves and all this crazy stuff. And you know what? That scared the crap out of me. It really did. No sleep is just like one of them things that scares me, because I really do believe crazy things can happen. So I decided to dig deep and find out a real American sleep deprivation study, and I want to talk about it. So let's get spooky. It's up there. Hey everybody, I'm Detroit Allycat. If you like anything true crime, paranormal, anything weird, unusual, off the wall, or something that people don't want to talk to, I'm your girl. I'm going to talk about it because I'm a freak. I don't know if that's a good explanation of what I am. But today I'm going to talk about something that I think everybody wants to talk about and doesn't want to talk about at the same time. Here's the thing. I have sleep issues. Like, I have for real insomnia. And to me, talking about insomnia is like the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't know if it's called superstition or what, but like, I don't want to talk about how people don't sleep. I don't understand how that could be something you would want to mess with, because I have gone 2 or 3 days without sleeping in a row, and I don't ever want to do that again. So to hear about the Russian sleep experiment, I for sure think that that is possible. And do you think, I also think that there are governments out there that have kept people awake for days in a row. Maybe prisoners of war, maybe experiments. We're never going to know, because governments do that. They do all kinds of crazy experiments and stuff that we don't hear about, and then it comes out. There's even one about like some dude trying to hypnotize a goat, and I thought that was so funny until I found out that that really was a United States like experiment that we did here. We wanted to see if people could hypnotize goats. They made a movie about it. Men who could hypnotize goats. It was real. Crazy, right? Okay, so I wanted to look up this sleep experiment because I just wanted to see, like, what would happen to you if you went a couple days without sleeping. Oh, crap. I gotta put my glasses on. There we go. Okay, so this dude, his name was Randy Gardner. He went 264 days without sleep. Can you take a moment to just think about that? That's only like 11 days. Did I say days? I did say days. 264 hours. See, I realized that I said days. 264 hours without sleep. And it was 11 days. Now, you would think that I would make another video, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to go back. You get what I'm saying, and I think you're smart enough that I don't have to correct myself. So, yeah, 264 hours of no sleep. And this person, Randy Gardner, was a United States citizen, a 17-year-old boy. That makes a lot of sense, because who would do that, really? Who would stay up with no pay and just do that for fun. A 17-year-old boy from the US. We just make him kind of weird over here. And it's crazy because after he did the experiment, there were people that came after him, and there was even some YouTuber in 2024 that tried to break his record. Why would you want to break this kid's record? I don't know. They did. So Randy Gardner did not sleep for 264 hours, and he had to have some kind of scientific monitoring because they monitored what happened after he was done with the experiment. They monitored what he said happened during the experiment. He said that he did begin to hallucinate, see things, not think right. He got irrational. All kinds of weird things happen. I gotta cut you off because I'm on my phone. Welcome back to part 2 of Detroit Allycat's sleep experiment talk. Back to Randy Gardner. After so they did this thing where they had him -7 from 100. And on the 11th day, he couldn't do it. He got down to 60 something and he couldn't do it. And so I guess they decided that this is where we have to call it quits. And so he went to sleep. And on the first day he went to sleep, he slept for 14 hours. And then like the next day he slept for 10 hours and then 9 hours. But they said that he was completely fine after that. However, in 2007, I'm back. Part 3. You know, if my phone rings, it will stop and go off. And that's crazy to me because, like, I don't want to pick up the phone. But anyway, so in 2007, Randy Gardner had this stint with insomnia, and he blamed his sleep experiment for the stint of insomnia, even though it was almost 37 years prior. And yeah, that's it. I just thought you would find it interesting about the sleep experiment. I think that sleep deprivation is a scary thing to talk about, to be honest. Like, I talk about all kinds of things, but sleep deprivation is, honest to God, one of the things that scares me the most, because I think, like, you know, I've gone 2 or 3 days, like I told you, but like on day 3, you do start to feel weird. You start to experience depression. Honestly, after 12 hours of not sleeping appropriately, you start to experience anxiety, depression, all kinds of crazy things. Day 3, I start to hear weird stuff. I cannot imagine going 11 days with no sleep. 11 days. Like, you can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't go shopping. You can't go out to eat. You're probably not even hungry. 11 freaking days. Yeah, so I thought that was an interesting topic. Did I just stutter a lot? I did. I did stutter, which is probably something you do with sleep deprivation. But I thought it was an interesting topic to discuss because I think a lot of us suffer with sleep deprivation, and especially now with like all these tablets and phones and stuff, it keeps you up at night, you know? And that's what I wanted to talk about. Do you have problems sleeping? Do you see things when you don't sleep properly? Do you feel more stressed, anxious, or upset? I call it doom spiraling when I don't sleep properly. And I like to listen to videos that have rain. I don't know if that helps you or not. It does me. So yeah, that's my topic for today. That's my thoughts for today. The 2010-2011 Russian sleep experiment, was not real. And I really didn't know that. You guys probably all did know that. If you want to watch a really good video where somebody's telling the Russian sleep experiment story, Mr. Balin does a great job. He really does. However, Randy Gardner not sleeping for 11 days in 1964. True story. True story. Okay, everyone, I hope you have an amazing day. Please think about subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, because this little micro YouTuber is trying to go places and I could really use your support. So without further ado, stay safe, stay spooky, have a beautiful day, and blow me a kiss. Don't do that, but I'll do it for you. Bye.